Making my follow-up calls, which I admit was a little hard to get myself to do, but I've been pounding through them.
Yep.
And so I ran into something that I don't really know what to say. So I had somebody answer the phone and I did my script that I have. And, would it make sense for you to come over so we can help you make more money and have life balance? And she's just like, well, I've just been thinking about a lot of things, not quite ready to do anything yet. And that's basically what she said. I don't really know what to say to her at that point. Okay, I'll call you again 100 more times. I don't know what I'm supposed to say when they say that. And I'm sure that's a pretty common response.
Okay, let me fix one thing. You said, would it make sense? I want to make sure you're going, hey, Mike, Matt Easton over here at Easton University, calling to see if it makes sense to get you on board with the sales coaching so we can take your top line revenue there from 225,000 to well over 500. Full stop, right? And in your case, you're going to do because you've got some good stuff with the background and having a personal life, you're going to summarize where they're at right now, where they want to be from your other conversation.
I didn't say what's a good next step for us.
You watch. I'm calling to see if it makes sense. And then they go, I really need to think about it, blah, 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 blah. Now, what I'm going to do, because Mike, you're getting really good here. You understand the close. And the close is, does it make sense to blank? The black belt level close is, does it make sense to blank? So you can, which you can do in your follow-up, calling to see if it. You just don't have to do the does it or would. You go calling to see if it makes sense to blank, so you can. Now, if they go, I've just got so much going on, I'm bombarded, I can't remember what she said, but it sounded like it was in the zip code of that, correct, Mike? This is where you, in your normal pattern of your close, you would say, what's a good next step? Now, the problem with saying that when somebody goes, I'm bombarded, I'm super busy, I got a lot of stuff going on, we just had a hurricane, whatever it is, if you go, what's a good next step? They're going to just repeat exactly, I don't know, I'm bombarded. So what you can do, immediately skip what's a good next step and point the question at yourself. So now you're just going to go, totally understand, right? I get it, I hear you, or totally understand. Pick any of those three, right? Listen to my tone out, I get it. I hear you, totally understand, right? What's a good next step for me, right? And that's all you're going to do. Now, you're going to find when you do that, people love to boss other people around. They'll be like, Mike, again, I am not trying. Now, all of a sudden, it's like the tables turn. And now they're trying to sell you on why they're still serious about. Mike, I am not trying to blow you off on this. Man, and Tuesday. Mike, give me till Thursday. I will have a final decision for you by Thursday. Right? Give me till Thursday. By the way, don't trust them, but then on Thursday, hey, as promised, call in to see if it makes sense to blank. Now, if that goes all the way, I had this happen today. We went with stacked success, some garbage thing. I've never even heard of it, right? But she went from stacked, I feel really bad, but I got to tell you, I'm not going with Easton University. I'm going with super stacked artificial intelligence sales, whatever it was, right? It's whatever sales coach you said. No problem, right? I will be here when you need to go from that 150,000 that you're making right now to well over 275. Fair enough? And when I did that, by the way, she ain't going to learn that at Stack Success AI super selling, okay? It was like her mind just literally folded in half and went around. Her mind was blown. She's like, crap. I could almost hear her thoughts going, I think I made the wrong decision. Because I didn't say, what do I need to do to tell you they're making a mistake? Well, how much are they charging you? Well, what is that program? I've never heard of it. I didn't get it. No problem, right? I got a lot going on in my world. I know that she needed to get from whatever it was, let's call it 225 to 400, okay? But I had that right in front of me because I loaded it in my CRM. Right? And by the way, when I was talking to her the first time, I said, just out of curiosity, what are you making right now? What do you want to be making? Where are you at right now in terms of income? Where do you want to be? Right? I knew the number. We'll call it 225 to 400. Hey, Monica, as promised, calling to see if it makes sense to get you on board with Easton University so we can take you from that 225,000 you're making right now to well over 400. I got bad news. I didn't mean to be blowing you off, but I went with Stacked Super Success AI Marketing. No problem. I hear you. Hey, I will be here when you need to get from that 225 to 400. And where did I stick her? In my sustainable pipeline. she's going to get a call from me in 6 months, the likelihood that she's going to be at 400,000 in income is somewhere north of 0. I'm not going to say it's 0, but let's just say it's 7%. There's a 93% chance, because I believe in my stuff, I could get her there. I don't think this other outfit is. If this other outfit gets her there, she's not an op for me anyways. She'll be like, no, I'm at 400, right? Well, I'll be here when you need to take it to the next level. This is where we don't need to sell too hard. So when they say I'm super slammed, you just go totally understand what's a good next step for me, right? And by the way, before I make the call, I've already sent her the email with the link and everything, because I can't send that after she says she's too busy, but I have plausible deniability if I resend the email and then dial the number, because it was already in her inbox before she told me she was too busy. Does that make sense?
I'm not really sure what you're saying about that email and what the purpose of it is.
So let's say I sent her an email to join, or you sent an employment contract, whatever it is that you needed. I'm going to resend that right before I make the follow-up call. The one that she was going to look at to make the decision, I'm just resending that same email. And then I'm calling her and calling to see if it makes sense to blank so you can blank. And then if she says, I'm super busy, I haven't gotten around to it, we're really slammed, totally understand. What's a good next step for me? Right? And then she goes, I don't know, we'll get back to you. Perfect. I just resent you everything, and then I'll call you. This is where you can't be like, I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you it's the 10th right now. I'll call you the 10th of next month if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Sure. Yeah, that works. In the meantime, anything comes up, you know where to find me. I'm here for you. Call me, text me, whenever. Right? Now she's like, I was kind of a jerk. Right? I didn't mean to blow him off. And now you're a lot better off and a lot closer to getting that deal.
All right, so I say, what's a good next step for me? She wants the boss to be around. She says, okay, I'll call you next Thursday.
Yep.
Now, do you send a meeting notice, or do you just kind of?
I put it right in my CRM that she's going to call me Thursday, and then I call her Thursday too, right? But I don't do a meeting notice, because that's if she just says I'll call you Thursday. And this is where I'm different than a lot of people are like, let me send you a calendar invite. And this is why so many people are staring at blank screens, because of this stupid calendar technology that, let me book a time. Right? Well, I'm not, and where there's other sales coaches that are like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be available. And they use their little tonality because that's what they're into. I'm not sure that I'm going to be available right at that time. If you've got your calendar open, let's open a time, and all you're going to do is lock it down and then stop what you're doing. Make sure you look good on camera if it's on Zoom, right? Put all your other calls on hold, set your phone upside down and log in, and she's not going to be there. Okay? I'm not saying that's not good, but great is your ability to work 100 times more opportunities than that. Right? That's a great system if you only have 4 prospects. But Mike, I want you to be able to have 400 prospects. I'll call you next Thursday. Perfect. You call me next Thursday. I'll shoot you over that email with my summary, your current situation, capabilities needed, next steps. I'll call you in the afternoon on Thursday if I haven't heard from you before then. And again, in the meantime, anything comes up, don't wait till Thursday. You know where to find me. Right? I want mission getting you to 550,000. Right?
Okay, so this is amazing. It's going to help me a lot on these follow-up calls. Excuse me. I'm not trying to get them to remember their pain or try to sell them more or I'm just doing what you said, and that's it.
Yes and no. Okay. Yes, you were totally spot on, but I want to make sure that we're clear. The no is I am bringing up their current situation and where they want to go. So get you from, like if it was an income thing, get you from this. If let's say I was logistics, get the office in San Antonio moved without losing an associate in the process. Whatever it was, I'm repeating back what they said was important to them. Other than that, Mike, you are spot on. I am not continuing to sell, right? I am landing the 747. I'm not flipping switches. I'm not trying to add sizzle to it. I'm not throwing anything in there. I am landing the damn plane. Calling to see if it makes sense for us to take over the moving of the production facility in Oklahoma to San Antonio, so you guys can have both of those facilities up and running in sequence without losing a single hour of production, and we move everything in the evenings. Right, whatever it was that they were talking about. Oh, well, I've been super slammed with everything going on with us buying the San Antonio facility. Totally understand. What's a good next step for me? Right? Man, I don't know. Let me talk with Tom. Let me see if Tommy! Let me see if I'm going to run into Tommy's office. Call me in an hour. Perfect. I'll call you in an hour. Right? Just boom, landing the damn plane. In an hour, hey, Mike, it's Matt Easton with Easton Logistics Service, as promised, calling to see if I'm repeating the exact same thing. Makes sense for us to move the Oklahoma thing over to the wherever it was going, San Antonio to blah, 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 blah. I'm framing the outcome that they're looking for.
Yeah, it's so much better to have a process like this.
If you need to triple your sales and triple your income to truly enjoy your life, boom, I've got you covered. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University. I'm going to give you my closing mini masterclass. I'm going to cover all the cost for you. It's normally $300. I got you covered. Click the link in my bio. That is going to help you start closing more deals right now. And then we're going to talk about getting you access to Easton University. It's the most skillful and effective way for you to communicate, for you to get attention, for you to handle objections, for you to network. Everything that you're going to need to triple your sales and, most importantly, triple your income so you can finally start having the life you want to have. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to buy the closing course for you. We'll talk about getting you on Easton University. Your life, it's about to get a lot better.